So I don't know whether you express yourself in songs. In Bayelsa State House of Assembly. So having been a governor there, you had the privilege of presenting budgets. And so you appeared before them. What used to happen there? Because I know that the civil senator, Friday Benson Kobowe, was once a speaker in the Bayelsa State House of Assembly. I thought he was singing, but I don't know whether he was speaking in tongues.
Well, Mr. President and my dear colleagues, I think that was a comic dimension. But before I come to it, Henry Siraki Dixon, Bayelsa West. Mr. President and my dear colleagues, the bill that has been moved speaks to the need for additional investment in educational infrastructure in our country and in the great state of Bayelsa, and particularly where my colleague who moved this motion comes from. I know as a fact that even when we say our state is educationally disadvantaged, areas within the state also have, like every other state, also have peculiar challenges, some of which in our various tours of duty we try to attend to. And talking about singing, Mr. President, the senator who used to be a speaker in the assembly while I was governor is very good at singing. I know that. And now senators also know that. He used to join me regularly in our praise and worship sessions. And in fact, he himself has a praise and worship band that he leads. And so I'm not surprised that even on this floor, he demonstrated his abilities, all to establish the need for this university. And part of what that song, which he didn't translate, says is that those who went to school are all abroad. They have gone abroad, they have gone to other places doing big, big things. While those who did not go to school are back home, suffering, and are hewers of wood. So the song that he sang, in a nutshell, speaks to the primacy of investing in education. And back to this bill, my dear colleagues, when I was very happy when my colleague now walked up to me to tell me that this motion was coming up this morning. And I sat to say a thing or two in support. And I'm pleading, pleading with all colleagues to support this bill, to enable it go through the normal legislative process. I know that members will be asking questions about presence of institutions in the state. Yes, we do have a federal university established by the former president, for which we are very grateful. And that university is already making a lot of impact, which we are very grateful. But because of the educational deficit, I myself, as governor, established two universities, University of Africa and the Bayelsa Medical University, because we needed to channel all our youths, take them out from all the creeks, and then get them to pursue education, after building secondary schools across, and primary schools also. And then instituted the loans board, tertiary education loans board, and the Education Development Trust Fund, free, So we started all that revolution. So now you have a large body of young people who now want to go to school. You see, that's why when the bill came for student loan bill came for the president, I was at the forefront supporting it because I already have seen the effect. That's why there's some level of stability. Because young people have to be channeled towards education. And so I support this bill, and I'm requesting all colleagues to support this bill, let it go through the normal system, hoping that it will see the light of day. Thank you, Mr. President, for your patience and for recognizing me to say a thing or two. Thank you.
Thank you. You know, we pass bills and then we don't have the opportunity to even cite where some of these institutions will be located. In view of the fact that Bayelsa is over 80% water and swampy, is there already an existing infrastructure where this university will be sited, or is it going to be sandfield location, which will cost over 10 times the cost of a normal dry land? I just want to know, because if that is the case, it means that we may end up making a law that will not be implemented. And in view of the number of universities you cited, two, and I'm also aware of the federal government's Niger Delta University, right? Niger Delta
University, Mr. President, is a state-owned university.
Oh, it
was established by our first civilian governor, Chief DSP Alamesia.
And you also established
which is
two.
Doing well, yes.
You also established two more.
Yes, one is a specialized university, medical university.
Okay.
Yes, and the other is a general university.
And so you have 3 universities owned by the state.
Yes, we do have 3 universities owned by the state.
Is there any federal university there?
There, as I said, for candor, as I said, the former president, President Jonathan, took a policy decision to establish federal universities in states that didn't have one. And so we have the Federal University of Otroke, which is also doing very well. And as governor, I even approved a subvention for it. All federal institutions in the state approved subvention for them, which they are still collecting up till now. But the challenge is that the southern Niger, where my colleague comes from, is actually the local government, the largest in terms of land mass and also water bodies. That takes you to the Atlantic Ocean also. And you are right, the entire state is below sea level. You are right. But apart from that, like I tried to explain some days ago, the state is also very large. Larger than over 10 states in Nigeria, which people don't sometimes pay attention to. But the southern Niger local government, where he comes from, my colleague comes from, it will take you 4 or 5 days to go round. 4 or 5 days to go round. And the educational need is so high. Even when I built boarding schools and made it even free for people to attend, free, 3 times fed, uniform, everything. I had to build 2 in that local government. And 1 close to where this university is proposed to be sited. So, back to your question. Are there public institutions where if a university is cited, they can take off from? Yes. But as the Senate knows, and you know better, if this bill is passed, or when it is passed, it will take some interface with the state authorities, which, you know, I'm not governor again, so I can't speak as to which public facility should be allocated. But for availability of facilities, yes, there are. If the bill is passed, we are kind enough to pass it, and the president is kind enough to assent to it, I can assure you and this chamber that there are public institutions there owned by the state that can be made available for it to take off from. Thank you.